I'm short on time. That's what I forgot. I always forget. So I'm rushing. No problem. Don't have time to worry now. All right, this is Sports for Real with Coach Hall. You take a look at me. I look like I've been through a 30-round boxing match with Tyson or somebody. Some kind of bug jumped on me over the weekend and had me pretty much stomped to the ground. But I fought it off, and I seem to be getting control of it now. I just got to get me something to eat and get my strength back. But I hate those sudden rushes of sickness, especially at the wrong time. It's the wrong time for me to get a sickness, but that's okay. So if you hear from my voice, I'm still struggling a little bit. But as you saw during the weekend, a few things took place. A lot of those preseason games that you were watching, a lot of those guys playing weren't going to be able to make a roster spot, and they was trying to do whatever they could to either make a roster spot or get signed by a practice squad somewhere. Such is the case with one of the Sanders boys. Shiloh got himself in a bad situation there. The kid, he's been bulldogged by the Bills tight end. I guess he's trying to make a roster spot also, and he's just overdoing it. And if you got a little fighting and you don't want nobody to keep bulldogging you like that, so Shiloh bucks back up to the dude, but he made the classic mistake of throwing a punch. It wasn't a great punch. He had too much air under the punch. You know, if you know how to throw a punch, you know it's straight on. But when you're upset, you want to try to grab the first thing you can get. I'm sure he knows how to throw a punch, but that punch he threw wasn't worth it. Dude in the school, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Vicky G? But what I'm saying is that Shiloh gave the Bucks an opportunity to release them. It was going to be a tough choice for them all along, and when you make a egregious mistake right in front of an official like that, it makes it easier for a team to make a decision. So the Bucks decided to release him. They didn't call it a cut, but that's exactly what it is. But he still has an opportunity. A school fight? Yeah, I didn't get beat up. I started out talking about me looking like this because I've been sick all weekend. You can still hear it in my voice, but I'm still fighting. But Sanders, the question is, will he make a practice squad somewhere? It's already talked that the Bucks might bring him back, but I don't think so. I think they saw enough of him to realize that he probably wouldn't be able to help them down the line. Maybe there's a special teams player, but you know, most teams could use safety help. But I just don't think that the Bucks, after that punch that he threw, it would be kind of difficult to say it's okay now after releasing him on such a quick reaction to the punch. But that doesn't mean the other 31 teams can't pick him up. That is the beauty of the league. Even if you get cut by somebody, and I intend to put you on a practice squad somewhere, then I have to release you. You have to clear waivers, and if you're still there, then I'm going to pick you up. Well, that's what I thought was going to happen in Cleveland. I thought that the loser of the Gabriel Sanders competition would end up being cut with the intention of keeping the other on the practice squad. But if you release Sanders, because it looks like he's clear number 4 right now, if you release him, somebody's going to pick him up. New Orleans is not looking so good right now at the quarterback position. And that was one of the teams that was in the talks that they would pick him up, but they decided not to. They passed on it. And what they do have, they're not happy with the results that they're getting. So if you are the Browns and you release Sanders, you get nothing for him. Now, that doesn't mean because they're keeping these 4 quarterbacks in Cleveland that they won't actually turn around and trade somebody to another team. So my thing was, the fourth quarterback being released. That didn't happen. The other thing that I thought they were going to do, I thought they may release Kenny Pickett because we hadn't seen Kenny Pickett in the game all year. So he's going to get the backup spot if he hadn't lost the second spot to Gabriel. He's going to make the team. And then Sanders is the odd man out here. So I think they still are going to deal Sanders at some point. And why not? Because you didn't give the guy a full chance to make the team. Flacco came out, he looked good. Gabriel came out, he looked good. They gave them some plays, easy throws to make, get them in rhythm, and move the football. But when Sanders came in, they took all the starters out, and they left him with the guys that were going to get cut. So he pretty much running for his life, and the coach already knew what was going to happen before it happened, and I think he was trying to make a statement and say, look here, we know more than the general public about this guy, so stop telling us what you think he should be. We've been sitting here watching him for weeks now. He is not ready to play, and now you see that he's not ready to play. We put him out here with these other guys. He's holding on to the ball too long. He's getting sacked. He's not looking very good. And this is what we've been seeing all along. So now back up off us now, because what I've been telling you is now in front of your face. Well, that's not the way the NFL normally does it. If you got a guy that you think is going to make your team, you want to put him in a position where he can have some success. Never did you see that in Sanders' situation where he was given a chance to have success under Stefanski. So you're telling me that you really didn't want him. This was your general manager's pick. He wanted him. The owner even came out and said he didn't want him. So if all these people, majority of the people in this camp, they don't want you, then get rid of the man. Trade him to the Saints. The Saints need a quarterback. Maybe go down there, throw him in there, let him take his lumps and grow as a player. All the other rookie quarterbacks, they've been getting a decent chance to play. Jackson Dart is doing well. Cam Ward is doing well. And if you put Sanders in a good position, maybe he can do well. All right. David, how you doing, man? I know you guys talking about school. I don't know what you're talking about. School's been in session here now 3 weeks. Break Forever, what's going on, man? You see they cut your boy Shiloh. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen with Shiloh here. You know, the Bucks didn't really want to fool with him. I think they brought him in as a favor to Dion, so they won't look too bad. I thought of the two players, he would be the one that if didn't make a team, it would be him. There's a lot of holes there. They say he's the kind of guy he can come up and hit you, but what I saw with him in Colorado, a lot of times he'd be out of position, and it just didn't look like an NFL safety to me. But just because you get released, that doesn't mean you still can't make a roster. Somebody can call him up and put him on the practice squad, which I think is going to happen because the practice squads have now gone from like 5 or 6 to where you have 16 on the practice squad. Plus, you can add another one if the player's international. So there's an awful lot of positions for guys to get second chances in the NFL. And I think Shiloh's going to end up with one of them. I don't know if it's going to be in Tampa, but that just remains to be seen. I think the final cut day is tomorrow. And once all the cuts are made and the waivers are cleared, then those guys will start ending up on the practice squad. But you got to admit, though, he's getting an awful lot of coverage for a person that wasn't drafted. He's an undrafted free agent, and he's making a lot of headlines. So because of that, we'll know exactly what takes place with him. But even if he doesn't get a call this week to join somebody's practice squad, then he still needs to stay in shape because oftentimes these guys get calls in the middle of the season. And if you get a call in the middle of the season and you're not ready to play, then you just killed your whole career because nobody's going to ever call you again because word gets around fast. Dave, what's up, man? I don't know what you're talking about. Alan, you're talking crazy. Sanders will bounce back. I think he will bounce back, but I don't know in what capacity. The quarterback, I think that he's not going to get a fair shake in Cleveland. What it's going to take for somebody to get hurt, and they put it in a position where they have to play him. But again, preseason is just something for the fans to get a look at what their team might look like, but you're not only going to get a vanilla look at what you're seeing, because nobody's going to show you what they're really going to do to you once the games actually begin. So while Dylan Gabriel might have looked great this game, if he gets into a regular season game and the game is on the line, they're going to throw some stuff at him he never seen before. And if you throw it into tight spaces where too many people in one spot now, what are you going to do when they start playing games with your head? And that's what they're going to do. Cam Ward is going to struggle. Jackson Darter's not going to look as good as he's been looking. And that's just the way it is. Now, if you're that good of a player, you're going to step out and you're going to shine all the way from the beginning. There are players like that. You go back to Dan Marino or John Elway was one. They took their lumps, but they learned the game and they never went backwards. And it's very possible that this could still happen for these guys that's coming out now. But I'm interested to see on what these final cuts are going to be. Mike Vrabel up there, he cutting all the veterans left and right, and he's not messing around. This guy's trying to put it together, and if they really think you can play, they're going to pick you up. So you'll find out real quick what's going to happen with Shiloh by the end of this week. So I think if he's going to get a chance, he's going to get it this week. If not, he just got to keep himself in shape and hope that he get a call and come back again next year. But I don't think he's going to have to wait that long. But as far as the Browns and Shedeur, I think they need to get rid of that man if they don't want him. Plus, it's insane to keep 4 quarterbacks, especially when you start getting injuries everywhere else. There's no way that justify having 4 quarterbacks when you need help everywhere else. Don't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. But you tell me. All right. See what the vote says. I say, will Shiloh get a chance to get picked up by a practice squad spot? Most of you are saying that he will. I'll agree with that. Because you got so many spots available, the odds are in his favor that he will get picked up, and I don't see that as being much of a problem. But I'm not sure if it's going to be with the Bucs. It's going to have to be with somebody who has a need for safety and has a distinct place where they're going to put him. And of course, he's going to be running mostly special teams. I don't know if you guys missed it or not, but college football started over the weekend. They played that game in Ireland, and this time Iowa State knocked off Kansas State in a pretty good ball game, 24-21. And Big 12 never disappoints when it comes to close games, and that just let you know that the whole season is going to be like that with the Big 12. But everybody's counting down to the big matchup with number 1 Texas going into Ohio State, ranked number 3. And of course, Ohio State is the favorite. Now, you would think with all the talk people are going with today that it's a great advantage to the home team if you play your home games at night, especially games like this. Well, it's in Texas' favor because Ohio State chose to have a 12 o'clock kickoff. Why wouldn't you, as Ohio State, play a night game to take on Texas? They're not going to do it. So because the game is at 12 o'clock, that gives Texas an edge. You know, they don't have to sit around all day waiting. They can go to the stadium early in the morning, follow a normal game day routine, and go from there. Both in the Central Time Zone, hey, let's get it on. Well, I'm waiting to see how this guy Manning is going to play. Everybody's talking about, well, if he played last year instead of yours, then Texas would have won that game. I'm not so sure about that. The reason why he didn't play above yours because yours was a better player than he was. The few instances I saw of him, yeah, he got escapability with his legs, but I hadn't seen much more than that. So I, like everybody else, I'm waiting to see just what this guy does in prime time. Now, they're predicting he's going to be the greatest player ever in college football, the greatest quarterback, at least since Tim Tebow. I'm hearing all these things. He's going to win multiple Heismans. Well, the last time I heard that kind of crap, what's his name, Powell is up in Notre Dame. He's supposed to win 2 Heisman and take Notre Dame to at least one national championship. He didn't get close to any of that. Well, you put all these expectations on a player, and just because he's related to somebody, that doesn't mean he's going to do anything. But he's got all the chips laid out in front of him. If he can go into Ohio State and knock them off, then the legend of Arch is going to be cemented, and he's going to be on his way for opportunity to win a national championship. But just because you get by Ohio State, you still got a whole rocky road to go because I don't think a lot of people in the SEC is happy with Texas right now because they don't like the way they do things. And the fact that they came in last year and won the conference, they're not too happy about it. So they want to try to put those Southwesterners back in their place. So Arch Manning's got a long way to go if Texas is going to do anything good this year. So we'll see. All right, Ryan Clifton. Man, I'm doing a whole lot better today. I thought I was going to die this weekend. Look at my face. I'm all beat up. Can't even touch my face. I'm so sensitive. Yeah, I sound old. I know it. But I'll be all right in a couple of days. But yeah, I think Shiloh is going to be all right. And I don't have any NFL games to look forward to this weekend, or Labor Day weekend. A lot of big games coming up. College football is on the schedule this week, and I'm looking forward to this Texas-Ohio State thing, man. And college football is going to be hot all year long, and I think it's going to be great. But I don't have much time left, so let me check my poll vote. A lot of you think that Shiloh will land somewhere else. I think he will too. But his brother, I think Cleveland should deal him if they really don't want him. It don't make sense to keep 4 quarterbacks. New Orleans is an ideal place right now to send him because they need an extra quarterback based on what they got now. You have a chance to play there more so than they would in Cleveland. And like you, Clifton, I'm excited about college football, man. It's a lot to look forward to, and a lot of changes every year. And with the guys moving around like they do, that's when you start seeing teams that never would beat certain schools before. They got opportunities now. That's why a school like Indiana could pop up out of nowhere and start winning. And I think it's great because you get tired of seeing the same people over and over again playing for championships when you know that everybody else is capable of putting together a roster too. But some schools just won't get the opportunity because of what their name is. So I'm just waiting for those mid-majors to come up with an NIL package and a team that nobody can beat. And that's going to flip college football and all athletics on its head. And it'll be great to see. All right. I got started late, man. Like I said, I'm thrown off this week because I appreciate it, Clifton. I got thrown off a little bit with a little sickness I had this weekend, so I don't really have a whole lot of time to rap. Matter of fact, the horn's about to sound, so I got to get up out of here, man. But I appreciate you guys chiming in with me. I keep an eye on this Shiloh thing. We should know something within the week about what's going to happen to him. And we'll see what Cleveland's going to do. They're going to keep the 4 quarterbacks right now, but I think in the end they're going to end up dealing Sanders somewhere. And I think the likely spot is going to be New Orleans because they're not very happy with the quarterbacks that they have over there. And it's just a matter of time before something shakes. And I think it would be wise for Cleveland to get some kind of value out of that pick that they wasted with Sanders, especially since you know you didn't want him in the first place. And if I'm Sanders, I want to go with whoever wants me. And every time I play the Browns, I got something for them. That's the way I see it. So anyway, I'm glad you guys chimed in with me, man. If there's no breaking news, I'll be on about 6:30 tomorrow. I was running a little late today. But I'll be back on tomorrow and get you caught up with what's going on. But until then, you guys have a great day wherever you are in the world. And unlike you, Break, I'm waiting for week 1 too, because all these players that look like they're going to be superstars, they won't do nothing in week 1. And some of the exotic game plans you're going to see, it's going to be great to see because it exposes a lot of people. And it's going to be a lot of blowouts that you didn't anticipate. And that's the great thing about football, because next week, how do you respond to that is the question. And that makes it worth watching. All right, Break, you guys have a good day, man. I got to get up out of here, man. They need to turn the bells back on. So I got to get to work, man. So on the way out, let me check this poll again. Vast majority of you saying that Shiloh will get picked up. And I'm going to wait to see who picks him up. So as soon as I find out, if it's today, I'll come back later on and let you know what's going on. So until next time, you guys have a great day, man. I got to get up out of here. This has been Sports for Real. I'm out. I can't wait to see